Once a girl put that tattoo across her chest, she's committed to her lifestyle. You're not changing her. That's like dry concrete. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. No. No.
Why isn't it fair? Please tell us. What specific disadvantages do only minorities have that their counterparts do not?
Why would a guy want to date somebody who brings to the table exactly what he already brings to the table? He doesn't want to date himself, honey. He certainly doesn't want to date a woman acting like him. He's looking to date somebody who's different so that when you come together and form a beautiful union, he's bringing stuff to the table and you're bringing different stuff to the table. That's called a complementary union, and that creates a whole package. And by the way, creates a whole healthy picture for a child that you bring into the world.
You want to know what your man loves? He loves when you purposely grab his hand to show others that he's yours. He likes that when something exciting happens during your day, that he is the first one you call. He loves finding a "I miss you" text when he's been away from you. And he really loves that random call every once in a while just to hear his voice.
Let's talk about chivalry. A lot of people claim that it's...
If it's women...
Why do we have to put, like, why do you have to?
Because we must.
This is the problem. This is what divides us. Men, women. No, it's a ripple effect.
No,
it's not women or men.
No, I believe it's women who are at fault.
Why? Tell me.
I think chivalry is because women probably don't react well to it. So when a guy tries to be nice, a woman will look at that kindness as weakness. Well, I'll always be teaching our boys that they have to hold doors, pull out chairs, easy on the swears.
I agree that that's something that we have to teach our boys, but we also have to teach them that if a woman is responding negatively, that's not the woman for you.
But I feel like a lot of young men, if a woman responded negatively to that, they would get emasculated, and then that's when they would stop behaving that way.
I hope that all the younger men will catch up with it and will kind of be brought back into that chivalry way of living.
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video.
This is a sign I feel like that nobody talks about when it comes to seeing if a man thinks you're out of his league, okay? Pay attention to this one, because this one's important. If a man is playing games with you, okay, and you can feel he's playing games, like for example, you know what he's doing is so deliberate, like you're sitting there laughing at his actions. When men can't access you, when men can't attain you, they will play games, okay? Because their ego wants to win. So he's going to tell himself, well, she's so out of my league, so all I can do is try and sleep with her. All I can do is try and play tricks on her. All I can do is try and waste her time. If you are getting to know a man right now and he is playing games, but very obvious games, for example, if he's like blatantly ignoring you on WhatsApp, but then you post something on your story and he slides up with loads of love-struck emojis or fire emojis, but then you're thinking, but hold on a second, you've not even responded to my WhatsApp. He is playing games. That is so obvious. You feel a man is doing the typical cat and mouse game with you, it's because you're out of his league. That's the only reason. I promise you, they will never tell you this. Of course, they're never going to tell you this, because if they tell you this, they lose all composure. So many of you are probably thinking, I've been through this with a guy. Yeah, like, you know, I ticked all his boxes. I know he finds me goddamn attractive. I know he's like basically in love with me. I know that he really likes me. So why is he playing games? Because you're out of his league, and he knows that he will never be able to reach your standards. He knows you have high standards. He knows you're a triple threat woman. You have so much going for you, okay? You're not a weak woman, so you're not going to let things slide. So what is he going to do? He's going to play games with you because his ego wants to win, okay? See, you guys think that if you're out of a man's league that he'll just give up and he won't try. No, they get obsessed with you and they won't leave you alone. So if you've always been wondering why you're a good-looking woman, you have it going for you, but you're thinking, why is this guy being hot and cold? Because you're out of his league. And he knows that he will never, ever be able to reach you. So he keeps you at distance. That way, he keeps a sense of control. And at the end of the day, that's all men want.
Being the only educated one in my family is so hard.
Oh, yes? Rather makes a person wonder, doesn't it? What exactly they mean by educated? Because there's all sorts of different types of education.
My brain was like, something snapped in you. I got educated.
Well, now I'm really curious.
I'm the only one that has graduated from college in my family. So, yeah, guys, I got some smarts.
Oh, dear. Now, unfortunately, that is not all that uncommon of a belief amongst some individuals who have been lucky enough, and I might add fortunate enough, to have attended and graduated from university. Some are of the mistaken opinion that somehow makes them smarter, and in some cases even better than those who have not been afforded the same opportunities. But this is just a gentle reminder that having a degree does not necessarily make that person more intelligent than a person who does not. But then again, that is something in the realm of common sense, which, as we all know, is not all that common.
This is for those women who believe that there are no good men left. How dare you lose confidence in us men? Like every single man on the planet is made in the image and the likeness of your ex. You see, you allow these social media quotes and these fake relationship experts who have never held on to anything good in their life tell you how to run your love life. Listen, I promise you that there are good men out there. I promise you that will invest their time into you, that will give you the attention and the love that you need. You will not be an option. They will choose you and only you, and you will know it. But you have to believe it though. You have to believe that guys like this, that good men still do exist. We are not extinct, and you can't settle. You have to believe that there's a man out there who wants to treat you like you're magic, because you are magic. Believe me when I say there are still good men out there who want to date you.
You know, a lot of these modern women keep on saying that men are intimidated, they're afraid of strong women, when really it's just they're tired. They're tired of difficult women who call themselves strong. Strength and difficulty are not the same thing.
What part of your relationship triggers you the most? And more specifically, why? Because that is where the real story is. When your partner asks for honesty and you immediately shut down, that may be the part of you that learned openness wasn't safe. When they ask for space and you feel devastated, that may be the part of you that still equates distance with abandonment. When they want more closeness and you feel overwhelmed, that may be the part of you that survived by staying self-reliant. When they say something you did hurt them and you instantly feel like you can never do anything right, that may be the part of you that grew up believing love was conditional. Now, none of this means you're broken. None of this means that you're necessarily with the wrong person. These are old wounds being mirrored back to you. Your relationship is still revealing where your nervous system is still operating in survival. Those triggers aren't failures. They're flashlights. They show you exactly where you have the opportunity to show up and heal for yourself. Bye.
Gents, gone are those days when women used to beg. Nowadays, if you cheat, she's gone. You disappear. When you come back, she's in a new relationship. You start being inconsistent, she blocks your number. You call her, voicemail. You don't spoil her, bye-bye.
And this is why the Red Pill Manosphere podcast bros are always so angry, jumping in front of a podcast mic to talk about how they don't like women and they're too masculine. You're just mad that you can't get one. And you definitely can't get one to settle for you. Men are realizing more and more that to get a good woman, you have to be a good man. That's the part their fathers and their grandfathers didn't teach them because their mothers and their grandmothers settled for less. The sad part is settling is how a lot of them got here in the first place. Gone are the days that women put up with any kind of mistreatment because they had no choice. We have choices now. And we don't have to put up with it. You've seen women on this app call off weddings. You've seen them move out with their 4 kids. You've seen them give rings back. You've seen them say, I'd rather be by myself. That's why they hate the rich auntie movement. That's why they hate to see a successful woman who is single and unmarried and doesn't want to be. They need you more than they ever want to admit. They get on a Red Pill podcast every day and talk about how much they can't stand women, but they refuse to get out of our faces. It's because they do want women, but they want you to beg for them. They want you desperate for them. They want to mistreat you and you allow it.
One red flag you need to look out for as a man is the woman that pretends she's been to therapy and has spent a lot of time working on herself. It's one of the most manipulative things she can do. She'll use all the correct terminology and she seems to know what she's talking about, but her actions just don't seem to add up. I talk about trauma and boundaries and attachment styles. But is she using that terminology as a way of taking accountability for any of her actions or to dodge it? Does she emphasize the need for you to be patient with her? She doesn't grant you that same level of patience. You don't get to go around hurting other people and ghost accountability on that and claim it's your attachment style. I've actually seen some ladies do this. Does she use what she's learning as a way of creating some self-awareness around some of the things she does or things she can work on? Or is it always about what you're doing wrong or what you could work on? Because everyone has work they need to do on themselves. So she shouldn't be just calling you out.
Hey y'all. So I saw a tweet the other day that said black women are tired of working.
All right, I'm tired of both.
And I felt that in my spirit. So I just wanted to come on here and talk about it for a little bit. So just to give you a little bit of background about me, I have 4 college degrees. 4, including a doctoral degree, which less than 2% of people in the entire world have.
Oh, did you know I don't give a...
And I was raised, I'm in my 40s, and I'm part of that generation of women that were raised to be strong and independent. Somewhere along the way, the strong, independent, and the don't need no man part was added in. Now that's not me.
If she must say such things in order to sleep at night, so be it.
That's not my testimony. I'm a Southern girl. I'm born and raised in the South, so I've never been one of those I don't need no man girls because, family and children were always important to me. However, I digress. My generation, many women in my age range were raised to be strong, independent, professional, highly educated women.
I'll be a lonely old lady with rotting teeth and a chocolate mustache.
No, you're not. And most of my circle.
A lot of these modern women continue to say silly stuff and talk about how men are intimidated by their success and their lifestyle, and it's not really that. I'm just uninterested, is really what it is. It's 2 different things. I'm uninterested, and I don't want to be bothered by that foolishness.
Why threatening to leave makes him leave first. When you sit there and threaten him constantly that you're gonna leave him, when you constantly give a man ultimatums and threaten to leave him, he knows that the relationship is not stable. You're using it to get whatever you want out of the situation. That makes him stop investing because the return on investment just looks idiotic at that point. He can't plan long term, open up to you, or even build a better relationship overall because you'll just threaten to leave every moment. Makes you look incredibly immature as well. When a man hears, if you don't do blank, I will leave you, he hears, oh, she doesn't want to actually be with me. That's when a man will start prepping leaving the relationship. And then you guys can't have constructive arguments because he knows deep down if you decide to escalate it, it's going to be, oh, I'll leave if you don't do blank. And the threats will keep coming. And a lot of men are not willing to put up with that long term. Disrupts his peace, it stresses him out, and it's overall just not worth it. Also, any repair you make looks fake after that. You have a habit of doing this, figure out why and work on yourself.
Hey guys, excuse me. Don't mean to bother you guys or anything. You're insane. You actually look so gorgeous. It's crazy. Yeah. I know that's like super forward, but I don't know how else to do it, It's just how I am. What's your name, miss? I'm Chris. Are you two like related or anything? No. No? Okay. Wait, are you guys underage? Because I'm scared of like mall girls.
Both 19.
Both 19? Okay. But I can only choose one, right? What were you guys shopping for out here?
Just looking around. What are you shopping for?
You. No, I actually need more clothes. I don't really know how to dress, as you can see. Looks like I'm going to like a funeral or something, right?
I like the shoes.
You like the shoes? But not the rest of the fit.
No, I like the shoes though.
Okay. Good enough. Well, yeah, I don't want to take too much of your guys' time. Do you happen to have a boyfriend? No? How do I apply? Is it like through Indeed? Indeed or something? Or like
yeah, there's postings.
Postings on Indeed? Okay, cool. Do you like coffee, matcha, anything like that?
Yeah.
Let's grab matcha sometime.
Okay.
Let's do it. Hey, wait, what's your name, miss? Sorry. Okay, my bad. I'm so bad with names. You have me like kind of lost, I'm not gonna lie. Do you remember my name? That's Chris. It's okay. Yeah. You'll remember.
I'm lost too.
No, I get it. We'll get like matching tattoos or something, and then we won't forget.
Okay.
Yeah, do you have any tattoos yet?
No, I'll just get Chris.
You'll get Chris? Yeah. Now get it on like your forehead.
On my forehead?
Yeah, actually no, I can't damage the face card. Maybe the neck.
Like across here?
Across the neck. That'd be good. You look scary with the necktie. I can't lie. Okay, cool. Really quick. Here you go.
We are living in such an odd timeline because men no longer want to be with beautiful women. They want to be beautiful women themselves.
Oh? How exactly are we going to try to shame men today?
I went on a date recently, and this guy was talking about this members only club, and I was like, oh, I'm actually familiar with it, like I've been. And he was like, how have you been? And I was like, oh, I went as a guest on a date. And to be honest, I thought the club was stupid. And I can more than financially afford to be part of this club myself. I just don't want to be. I don't think it's worth it.
If we could be getting to the actual point at some time, that would be lovely.
And he was like, that's so unfair. I wish I could have gone and had someone pay for it as a date. And I was like,
I don't understand why they're so shocked. I mean, equality after all. Shouldn't guys be treated just as well in dating as women are?
men like hate that beautiful women are rewarded.
No, they don't. Because if they did, then women would never get taken anywhere nice on a date. And by the way, it's not just beautiful women that get treated well.
But they set up this system where women are rewarded for being beautiful. Like, if you are losing at a game that you invented, I cannot fix that for you.
Right, so the entire point of that video was to try to shame men for wanting to be treated as special in regards to the dating game as well. Yeah, we are living in odd times.
This morning I come to you filled with female rage, as we've been duped again by the male species. Take a deep breath. Met a man on a dating app. Actually seemed like he had promise. Seemed like a nice guy. Had some qualities I was looking for. He planned a nice little date for us this morning. Brunch. Drinks. My favorite.
You can already tell that she's the problem just by her movements and her need to do these awkward little poses to describe her preferences for brunch. I mean, it's already over the moment she starts talking.
Anyways, he asked for my number. I don't typically get my number out before the date. I like to see how the date goes. But I obliged because, again, seemed like a promising candidate for once. This has also never happened to me before, so I'm a little rattled right now. Anyways, he's been chit-chatting me up. And then yesterday, we don't talk, which is fine. I had a busy day. But I don't hear from him. Like, last night, nothing. I'm like, does he not know the rule about follow-up?
Modern women used to pull this crap on dudes all the time back when they were younger. They would meet a guy and then ditch him the second a better guy came around. But now that the tables have turned, all of a sudden the men are guilty of war crimes because they ghost women.
Like, politeness? Check in. Make sure I'm so good to meet. This morning, nothing. I get up, I shower. I get up early. I shower. Earlier than I would have liked for a Saturday. And I was about to put heat on this hair. I was about to blow dry this, for crying out loud. I text him, because we're supposed to meet in an hour. And I get a text back. Sorry, I realize I'm not in a place to date anymore, but I wish you all the best.
So this guy ended up meeting a better woman and let her know that he wasn't interested in her anymore. At least he had the courtesy of feeding her a line instead of just straight up ghosting her, so she really has no reason to complain.
Excuse me? You couldn't even text a girl? Let her know you had to let me go through the whole shenanigans of this morning, and I had to text you? And people wonder why I'm so single.
Women want men to read their minds, make the first move, approach correctly, show up in a certain way. That's the entire industry, teaching them how they should be pursued. But when a man doesn't nail it, when a man doesn't do as they want him to do, as they think he should do, then he's the problem. Instead of saying, maybe I should adapt to what society is doing.
Why, if you want to win a man over, you need to ignore him. Ignoring a good man is the fastest way to lose him. Because when a good man senses that you're playing games, he won't want anything to do with that. Because if he really wants to play games, again, he can go buy a Switch or a PlayStation. Ignoring a man is disrespectful. And good men won't put up with being disrespected, especially in the early stages. Men will also assume that you're talking to somebody else and you're just putting him on the back burner. Men want to be your first choice. Also, men are really smart. They put effort where they see returns in. If he is constantly pouring into you and you aren't pouring back, why would he keep giving? That's silly. Also, when you ignore a good man, basically emphasize to him that he can't trust you. And I mean, you need that for a relationship. I see a lot of content creators that say, oh, just ignore him, play hard to get. And then what? What happens if you actually get the guy, which you probably won't, but if you do, you're gonna be in a relationship where you can't trust each other? You have to keep playing games to keep him? Or would you rather show up as your authentic self in the relationship and see if you guys are actually compatible, and then you guys have a happy relationship that is built on trust? That's the better way to go.
I am in love with 2 men at once, and I don't know what to do. I've never been so happy in my life. I'm in this, like, I get to pick. I make the rules now. I'm in love with both, and I'm not going to decide in the next 24 hours.
This is just another reason why men don't want relationships today. Because he could be in a full-blown pursuit of a woman that he really likes, and he has no idea that she feels very strongly for him and another man. Unfortunately, this woman does not see what is so wrong with this. Fortunately, she's going to learn her lesson the hard way. Because the reason why that woman is so happy is because she has 2 men putting in effort towards her. She likes them together as a unit, as one man, but the reality is that they aren't one man. They are 2 men. One of 2 things is going to happen here. Number 1, they are both going to find out about each other, and then they're going to dump her, and then she's going to be super depressed because she's going to go from having 2 people pursuing her to 0. Or second, she's going to choose one, and then she's not going to be happy with that one. She's going to be in a terrible relationship where she is extremely unhappy because she was used to having the effort of 2 men, not just 1. And of course, the man that she ends up choosing, I mean, he's going to be put through the ringer here. Let's not forget about him. But the bottom line is that that woman is going to compare all of her future relationships and dating experiences to this moment of having 2 men that like her at once. So that woman is going to be chasing that feeling forever on, and of course she's never actually going to obtain it. Hence, unhappiness forever.
There's a struggle for equality in the very beginning of a American black man and American black woman relationship versus the other ethnic backgrounds are not even looking for equality. They just will get equality with their behavior. And when I have to explain to you what my worth is, or when I have to demonstrate what my worth is, endless. It's like our culture, or our, I'm saying our in terms of the African American culture. Our culture has to, the men have to constantly prove and be battle tested throughout the entirety of the relationship. It's not just the beginning.
I don't think it's fair to compare the African American experience to like in terms of the diaspora and everything else. You can't compare it. It's so it's like the way you're rating these things is unfair because their parents aren't even the same.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect example. If you're a first generation American and both of your parents are foreign, you're like American in name only. Right. Mm-hmm. You are culturally still whatever it is, wherever your parents are from. So maybe you need 2 more generations like down the line to call yourself American. And the ironic thing is that you hear about a lot of like the passport bros, they talk about when the foreign women become Americanized, right, that they don't like them anymore either. So I really don't think that it's a, I don't think it's like a black, it's not like a black American, white American, whatever. It's truly American culture, because if you've grown up in a society for the last X amount of years where women actually have been fighting to have access to equal rights, then why would you not have that in you to be seeking equal rights on your job, at school, in your relationship, so on and so forth. And like my Nigerian friends, like I still have friends who literally they're Nigerian. When like if I'm not in Nigeria with them, they literally bow to their uncles when they see them. Literally, the first time I saw it, I said, what was you doing over there? She was like, child, that's what we have to do. And I'm like, I had never seen it before, you know, and because I want to say I never even seen them, the same people do it in America. It's only when we were over there. So I think that you have to look at how long that person or that person's family has been in American culture. Because I just don't think it's like a race thing at all. Hey guys, if you enjoyed that clip, make sure you check out the full episode on YouTube. All the full episodes are there, so check it out.
A lot of these modern women think that men are scared to lose them. Why would I be scared to lose you? Why would I be scared to lose you? Like, there's nothing about you you're not giving me anything. You dress crazy. When I ask you to not wear something, then you catch an attitude. What I ask you, hey man, be careful around those types of friends that you got. They gonna lead you down the path of destruction. You don't listen and you fool around, and they almost get you into a situation where you compromise your safety or yourself or who you are, your morals and values, and you still don't listen. You still keep on doing the same thing.
Men don't like astrology because they can't learn it. They've tried. They've tried to understand it. They've tried to conceptualize it. It's just too hard. So they hate on it. You're welcome.
Men do not care about astrology because they don't need an excuse to gaslight people or to blame the ever-moving stars for their behavior. There are women out here that will continuously cheat and be like, oops, it's because I'm a Scorpio. I'm sorry. So many women love to use astrology as an excuse to have personalities. It's the same way that people will pick up religion or psychology to further gaslight people because they want to put labels on everything to avoid looking in the mirror as to why they're a shitty person. Well, I'm sorry, but the stars aligning or the stars moving have nothing to do with the way that you're behaving today or the way that you're cheating or being a to your boyfriend or your husband. Not to mention the majority of websites that have any kind of astrology, you can pretty much find whatever you want to hear because no two websites are the same. So make that make sense. It's not actually that it's because men are too dumb to learn it. They're actually just smart enough to understand that it's another form of manipulation and they don't feel the need to use it. And this is why I say so many times that men need to stay away from women that are obsessed with astrology, because I can guarantee you she's going to use that as an excuse later on to why she's treating you like shit. Or if something happens in the relationship, she's going to be like, oh, he was a Scorpio. And they use it as a sick obsession to avoid changing themselves or holding themselves accountable and then blaming other people for their actions and the stars aligning on everything that they ever do. Okay, bye.
My first date cockblocked me from the hottest firefighter I have ever seen. So I went on a first date with this guy from Hinge, and I know I told you guys I was over Hinge, but I am a liar. I went back and I tried it out, and nope, still over it. We went on a walk, and I literally saw the most beautiful firefighter. So if anyone knows, it was Sunday around 10 a.m. by Seaport Village in San Diego. He's tall, dark hair, blue eyes, and like a sleeve.
I'm sorry, did you want the man that took you on the date to apologize? Because I bet you anything that man just put in a ton of effort into talking to you, to building some sort of connection, and then asking you out on that date that he planned. And here you are making a video complaining about his presence because on that date you saw somebody that you were really attracted to. But at least for that man, you decided to make this video. He will probably see it, and then he will rest assured that he was able to avoid the red flags, because that woman, like all too many women these days, are becoming very, very bold in displaying their red flags, especially on social media, and thinking that they're not red flags. Like, do you think that the firefighter, even if he's single and sees this, and even if people point out who he is and that you're able to find him, do you think that he's actually going to be interested in a woman that was interested in him on a first date and then made a video claiming that her first date that took her on that date was blocking her? I don't think so, because the chances of him living a peaceful existence with you by his side is probably non-existent.
So a lot of these modern women will say that they want a man, they want a family, and they'll do anything for a family, but they really won't. And this is honestly and truly why a lot of relationships don't work, because a lot of modern women say, well, I want this, I'm willing to do anything for it, but then they don't, not even close. And, a lot of times modern women like to say, well, I'm the only one putting into the relationship and all the other nonsense, and you're flat out lying is what you're doing. You're flat out lying. You think that you're the most important person in the relationship, and you're not. People in relationships and in marriage have a tendency to think whatever they're doing, nobody else is doing more. I'm really doing a lot. And, I saw them sitting on the couch watching TV, so they must not be doing as much as I am. This got done, so they must not be doing as much as I am. And I do this, I do that, so they must not be doing as much as I am. And that's actually not even true. when you stop to consider, when you stop to look around and say, oh, well, they did this, they did that. Oh, wow, okay. I guess it is a little bit more equal than I was saying that it was. That's what a lot of people do, right? And when you listen to a lot of these modern women and they talk about their schedule and they talk about, well, I can't find a man, but then I got to go speak on this panel and I'm not going to put my friends off. I think there was this woman talking about she kept on trying to reschedule with a man for like 2 or 3 weeks, going on like the 4th week. That's undisciplined. Well, I got to speak on the panel. Okay. Well, I have a rest day. You know what I mean? Well, I have certain days I rest and I don't do anything. Now you're getting downright stupid. Well, I'm not going to put off my friends for some random man. So they fill their time up with, and I understand it, but they fill their time up with different things. And then when the opportunity that they actually want comes around, this one was talking about, man, it was a perfect opportunity. It was a rom-com moment. And I was like, wow, I want to pursue this. But you don't have any time in your schedule to pursue things. And I understand you go out there, you make your schedule, you stay busy, keep doing that. But then they don't have the critical thinking to say, okay, this can flex. Hey girl, I'm going out on a date. Can we meet Friday? Oh yeah, girl, go ahead. Let me tell you right now, that girl would do that if she met a guy like that. And she would expect you to understand, and you would understand. If I met modern women are what they would do, they're running a business, they would say, let me go ahead and shift her. It wouldn't be any nonsense about I got this going on, I got that going on. They would shift whatever they were doing to try to land that big client, whatever they were doing. And the girlfriends would have to understand. And as a matter of fact, the girlfriends would understand. And they would throw her a party. Let's go out for drinks, spill the tea. That's what they would do. But they don't treat the man that they actually like, they don't treat these guys with respect at all. They don't treat men that they want to be in a relationship with respect at all. That's why they do this type of stuff. Oh, I do this, I went here, I got this done. And he just whatever. And men know that. He just whatever. Just whatever I can get to him. Let's go for drinks. And men know y'all are doing that. And these be the same type of women that go to these events and they'll sit up there and say, why no man coming up to us? How come no men approach us? Same women. I'm not joking. Have a video on their page. Not even, probably at this point in time, a couple months back, if that. Talking about men don't approach. Talking about, I went to a singles event and these men, they didn't come up to me. I was nervous and I went and sat with the girls. And they say this stuff with their full chest online and they don't know how silly they sound.